Welcome back to Spencer FYI, and in our series of behavior health, we're going to talk a little bit about crisis line. So tell me a little bit first about yourself, where you work, and your organization.
Yeah, so my name is Janelle Hultquist. I work with the Season Center Mobile Crisis Unit. Been on the team for about 5 years now, and yeah, so I'm just part of the crisis team that kind of works in the community, face to face, whether through law enforcement or just from somebody calling the crisis line, and meeting people kind of where they're at when they're struggling.
All right, so what exactly is the crisis line?
Yeah, so it's a 24-hour line that's available to anyone to call. It's 24/7, and anyone that's kind of struggling with mental health, whether it's thoughts of suicide or maybe they're having a panic attack and just need somebody to be with them while they're working through that, they can call our crisis talk line and kind of get some help and resources from there, and we can also then plug them in where maybe they would be appropriate for longer term care, just to help keep them stabilized and keep them in a healthy mental health state.
Right. So what happens when you call that number? What kind of step-by-step, what happens when you call the crisis line?
Yeah, so step-by-step, they just call the number and it'll ring through to whoever is working that shift, and we'll answer how everything's going. You can choose to be not confidential, it is confidential. You can choose to be anonymous. That's what I was going for. You can choose to be anonymous, or you can give us your information so we can kind of follow up, or have someone else from our team get a hold of them about if they want therapy services, or psych services or anything else that they would maybe want within agency, or looking out what's near them, what would be closer, what are some other agencies we can connect you with that would be more appropriate for what's going on. So yeah, they would just call and just chat with our crisis staff and kind of go from there based on what their needs are and what's going on.
So how is the crisis line also utilized as a talk line?
Yeah, so talk line, it's one and the same. It's the same number. It's the same group of people that you're talking to, but maybe you don't need to have that right away crisis response where somebody's coming out to see you on scene, right? But we're going to be able to just talk through things, and maybe you're having an issue with your child who has behavior issues and you just are unsure what to do and you just need to talk through some of those things. We've been able to help support parents kind of come up with different approaches and maybe help de-escalate over the phone with the kid, and just kind of explore different ways to support them in that situation.
Have you seen a change, or how have the calls changed since the flood?
Since the flood, yeah, so Clay County specifically, we have had people call the day of the flood, the day after that week, just kind of like, I don't know what to do and I just need somebody to talk to. So we had some calls from that, just chatting through, but then we've also kind of, in crisis events, trends typically seem to be you get that right away help. There's hands on deck. Everyone's out here ready to help. And then as those people and organizations back away, that's when crisis lines start to feel a little bit more of that pressure. Now people are like, wait a minute, now I'm alone and this is really hard. So then they're able to utilize us as just an outlet for somebody to talk to, or just figure out more resources as well.
Are you seeing an increase in the calls for certain reasons that may or may not be related to the flood? Is there anything specific that kind of pops out to you that people are calling about?
Yeah, oftentimes during the school year, we work a lot with the schools, going into the schools, and helping meet with kids there. A lot at the beginning of the year, with the transition into some of that. Lots of times with seniors coming in on their senior year, there's some of that panic, that they just need that extra support with that next step of what's coming, and just kind of navigating that next stage of life. So just different things like that when we feel like there's going to be a bit of a transition for life stages.
So it doesn't, I guess kind of the point you're kind of making is it doesn't have to be like a life-threatening issue you're having. You can help them through what maybe you think is kind of a minor thing, but
Right, but yeah, when you're in crisis, your body feels it, your mental health feels it. So yeah, if you're in crisis and it maybe seems minor to somebody else, we're going to make that important too, and we're going to be there with you for that.
all right, awesome. What kind of supports and follow-ups then do you have available to folks?
Yeah, so we have up to 30 days of care coordination that our crisis care coordinators can do to help get referrals in places and make sure, hey, is there any other follow-up we can help you with? Whether it's getting them resources for food stamps or EBT, whatever we call them these days, or getting the follow-up and resources for mental health providers. But also we have our community-based crisis stabilization service. So maybe you are feeling like you need some help stabilizing, but you don't want to go inpatient for that. We can meet with you with a crisis staff for 1 hour a day and have you see a therapist for 1 hour a day for up to 7 days, and that's based around your schedule and your home, so that you can continue to do your day-to-day life, but also get that little more intensive, like one-on-one stabilization care. And that's been really successful for the people that have entered into that program.
All right. So how can someone access the crisis line?
Anyone can call our crisis line phone number, which is 844-345-4569. They can call us anytime, and it'll ring right to us.
And actually a real person answers, right?
Yep, real person right away. Mm-hmm.
What are the hours of operation and that kind of stuff?
Yep, so the crisis line runs 24/7, and then when we have our office hours, people can come into any of our locations, and a crisis staff member can meet with them there as well.
Let's just reiterate again what the phone number is and how folks can, and it doesn't matter what the crisis is, you're there to help them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So call anytime. We're available 24/7. Our phone number is 844-345-4569, and you'll talk with a live crisis care coordinator when you call.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking some time to talk to us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We'll be back with more right after this.